Okay, kicking off the Necro-Schall Base of Fives, episode 11. I've got a beast of a handcrafting queue. We're making a bunch more bucket wheel extractors and bucket wheel Mark IIs because I got that. Because we're gonna need to mine some more stuff, I think. I mean, that one station probably is gonna do everything it needs to, because these guys aren't even fully utilized, even after we actually get this stuff turned on. But in between, all the rest of this got kind of built, other than the beacons that we haven't got yet, and the LDS and the plastic, which is not yet sorted out. So that needs to happen. Automated the tanks, automated the steam engine, so that's all kind of good. Not fueled yet. We need to deal with that as well. I think I kind of had a plan for that. This uranium buffer though is getting that's disappearing quickly, which is good because that's important. This is that. I was expecting that one to go away, and yeah, this is kind of the Schall bit. At least this is from the Schall bit of this mod set. These biters are basically immune to fire damage, or at least occasionally for big and larger biters will occasionally get a ceramics one that's just immune to fire, pretty much. And then there'll also be mirror biters that are immune to lasers, but there aren't any that are immune to both lasers and fire. So rather than watch this slowly tick down and all that kind of balance, I think I still have some number of laser turrets. So let's just drive over there and deal with that before. Okay, I just saw. Yeah, these signals change, which probably means there's going to be a train. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, one of the things to do was to signal that better, wasn't it? I didn't actually signal that particularly well when I put that acid station down at all. But we'll drive over here and put these lasers down so that the spider can actually die, because that's an important part of the plan. And then there's a couple of other things. Yeah, so we put lasers down here, and we put lasers up the top end, but we didn't actually put lasers in the middle here. So let's just this kind of stuff. That's probably more than I need. I don't have any better power poles than this. You guys can just whatever. Do I have? I do have some of these ones though. So now we've got lasers. Now he's dead, and I am getting some up here, so let's put some lasers up here as well. I mean, other good ideas would be to have a pattern that I can actually copy and paste easily, but then again, this weird diagonal section of wall is not actually a thing I want to be maintaining long term, so I don't think I will. Yes, that's all connected now. Sure. Yeah, whatever. The other thing that I was probably doing from the map anyway is how much. Yeah, so this little hand-fed copper buffer is now completely empty because the only copper, we cut off blue science because we didn't need it, but the only copper supply is what's dribbling in from the outpost, and I kind of need more than that. So I think the plan for that is this pure copper patch here. Actually, do I have the space? Because I deconstructed one of these with the same modules earlier, from the last of the copper patch in the main base. So hopefully, is this going to fit here? Not quite. Yeah, and then it's intersecting with the belt in some places, and there we go. Okay, and that's also going to be powered by this guy, which is nice. And then one of these ways, I forget which side this is going to load into, but this is going to give me basically a whole belt of copper. And then I think the thing we want to do is also have the bots, and yet we'll figure out how that load works to make it a full belt later. But we can run this. Sure. Don't think about the previous decisions. All the way. Oh, this is. Yeah, I was wondering about whether or not I wanted to do that as well, and I don't think I want one of those there. I think I want a tank there because it will pump much better into a tank than it will into another pipe. There's just enough space here, which is nice. And then there should be space on the other side, because I'm pretty sure there was previously a stone here that, yeah, this belt now somehow needs to make its way to. I guess I could do I could put everything from here into, yeah, let's... we'll do that way. What even is that? That's... oh, that's stone from the Schall processing. Because the thing is this one... yeah, this one here is the copper line in the base. So if I take that, and then where even does this go? My hypothesis is that this belt here no longer achieves anything. And this looks like it's the belt that's coming from the miner that used to exist that now doesn't, and so that's nice. That is hypothesis confirmed. That's all pretty good. This stuff is, yeah, that's all doing pretty nice things. Okay, so if I'm directing all that iron into the small builder that's, and this one is prioritizing the right way, it is. Okay, so that's all going towards the red sides eventually, and then I should have this belt here. I somehow need to put this belt of copper onto, yeah, I don't think I need that splitter, onto this. And I think the way I'm going to do that is, if this guy goes away, and then I move this to here, actually it can go to here, yeah, and then this stuff turns around. Yeah, this is some nice spaghetti, isn't it? This is fine. Okay, so that's going to be more copper automated. That probably means I can turn the blue sides back on as well, because this will be a full belt now. Not that I really need blue sides, because it's kind of all buffering, and I don't really need the blue chip, the red chips, or the modules either, but whatever. Yeah, so let's check on... okay, so this is actually the easy way of doing things. Yeah, this will now fill up both sides of a belt. Copper situation handled. Okay, so copper situation handled, big biter situation handled. Yeah, and their corpses are a different color as well. The ceramic biters that are immune to fire damage have red corpses, so that's nice. A couple of other things that... did I leave a storage box down here? No, and that's got a small amount of stuff that I don't care about yet. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, a couple of other things to do before we get back to... so the main thing to do today is... none of these things are hooked up yet, so they're not doing anything. But before that, I want some amount of plastic and LDS in here, and also steel processing. And I concluded that I wanted 2 plastic and 2 on LDS, and that would more or less balance with all of this stuff were it all prod modded, and it's actually not prod modded, and I kind of would like it to be. So let's, like, these ones necessarily prod modded, these ones also need to be, because otherwise I don't think I get enough plastic. So let's, in the best traditions of mixed builds, just do all that again, because there's also nothing inside any of those assemblers that would give the bots any issues moving those things around. But now these versions with the prod mods I can put back, and bots will bring a bunch of mods from storage, which is not necessarily easier than me just running up and down putting a bunch of modules in them, but whatever. Yeah, so we've got to, oh yeah, got to fuel this thing as well. I did attach the water as well, so that's cool. So the only thing I need to do now is get the fuel in, and I think what I'm going to do about that, because the other thing I currently don't have yet, let's do a bunch of things on the map as well that are also quite useful. Yeah, this train here, which is bringing me all these biter body parts, is not there as it turns out. Here, sure. Yeah, so I want to use these biter body parts for fuel. This belt here is actually where that goes, isn't it? Yeah, sure. So splitter can go here. So that's going to... yeah, and then this is actually going to take priority over the coal feed, which is completely fine. Then this belt, actually... because the other thing I wanted to do is, actually I had multiple things I wanted to do. Let's just presume we're not going to get hit by anything, so that worked out fine. Then over here, yeah, just run over the tracks again. Sure, this stuff is going pretty well actually. Are you? How close are you to? Yeah, you just come back and fill this up again. I actually need to give you guys more fuel, but whatever. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. This. Yeah, this also wants... These guys are unhappy because they're not actually dividing the rail segments to anything else, whereas I also want chain out there and then rail signal in here, and then that would mean that, yeah, any train pulling into this acid station will get its clearance, but it will have to wait for the chain signals to move out, and then this acid station, trains can actually come and go either way, which is nice. The other thing I wanted, and I don't know if I'm just going to make this worse, there's a strong possibility that I just make this worse, is I also wanted a gas... Yeah, I wanted a gas station, because this mix build is gonna need gas, but I think it's gonna be more than this Petrochem build can deliver. Probably. I mean, I can still... Actually, with this copper here, it's not super easy to beacon this, is it? Let's worry about that later. The first thing I was going to do is figure out how to get more fuel in here, because I think the thing I want to do is... like, run all of this through here. Do I have other poles in the way or something? Yeah, some of these things occasionally have poles in the way, which is suboptimal. Oh, that pole is the one that's in the way. So I've got the poles on the other side, so that's fine, as long as everything still connects, which it looks like it will. Because if I bring this other belt through here, then... even just here, actually I don't think you need to exist anymore. Let's also move this just a little, because I think what the plan is we're going to have... That's actually... yeah, that is moved enough, it's fine. So this is going to... these guys are all going to take coal, except they're not actually taking coal. Some of the stuff is going to take coal, but not very much of it. And then we're going to attempt to refill... like, what even is going on here? Whatever. And then this thing is also just... should I move... I should probably move these. Yeah, and then you didn't have any bolts in you, so you can go away. Let's have this over here, and then you can go away. And that means that all of this stuff can go away. Yeah, we'll be tidying some of the stuff up. You've never worked. Okay. There you go. Work twice as hard on the same tiny patch, you'll be fine. Get all that out of there. Yeah, because somewhere over here, yeah, here's this belt that I think I want to put in here. Not like that. If I start here, that happens to work out. So yeah, and I can't put the corpse parts on this belt, because this belt is expected to be pure coal because it also feeds the plastic. So we can't do that. But we can run this over... okay, not quite that far over there. Okay, if this is going underneath anyway, then we're going to take all of that and put it there. And figure out how to get it onto the belt that's up here, which is pretty straightforward, as it turns out. Let's just go under here. Sure, that's fine, isn't it? And then this belt... yeah, let's just continue this trend of putting things underneath power poles and stuff. Underneath power poles and stuff, you said. Let's actually go underneath the power pole if that's going to be the plan. Not there. It's going to be there. That felt significantly more difficult than it needed to be. Anyway, so yeah, so we're going to have, like, I still don't think this is going to, I suspect this is not going to actually be enough fuel being made to have all of that grid going full time. So let's see if we can also bolster this a bit. Can I have, I could maybe squeeze another one of these in here, but also I quite possibly don't need these gas ones if I'm going to be dumping all of this gas into the mixed build, so we might revisit that later. Can I actually get, I can get more of these in here as well, and then yeah, sure. Yeah, because then we can have, yeah, so all of these two will just run on all the supply, and then this pump controls how much of the light oil gets cracked, and this one will only run if I have enough to be cracked, but that's also fine because I do. And this stuff will go on the other side of the belt, but that's also still fine. I don't think that's, yeah, this still gets just smashed together here, so that's fine. Okay, so we've got a belt of some kind of fuel here, which then can just wander down here. Yeah, sure. This is fine, isn't it? Okay. So a couple of things are done. What was the other? Yeah, the other thing. This is only just starting to back up, but at least these guys have they? Do they have all the steel they need? Because I remember those guys being short of steel previously. And the answer is they are super short of steel. And all my handcrafting is finished, which is nice. I've got bucket miner 1s. I don't really need bucket miner 1s. I also noticed that there was some stuff in here that I just straight up didn't want. Like, I don't want those. I don't want most of those. I don't need... Did I have someone making assembler 2s? Oh, you used to be making assembler 2s. We'll set you back to assembler 2s, and then you can have everything from my inventory. And then... I did actually... Do I have... I don't have fluid wagons. Okay. So there's actually a pile of stuff I need, because I'm going to need that train, but then also, yeah, trains for both gas and acid, which needs another tank. Okay, trains for both that gas and acid, that's nice. Why do I have so many... Why do I have so many of these iron boxes? Who knows? But yeah, other things that I wanted to kind of automate. Now you can just go away. That included... Yeah, because I noticed with me doing this and with this not really running, and generally with the state of the base at the moment, there's a lot of backed up iron that I could do something with. And I'm also talking about the mixed build. Remember, this is an episode about the mixed build. Much later in time, upgrading all of this to red belt, which means I'm going to need a lot of red undergrounds. These ones are going to need to be red undergrounds if the speed doubles. These ones might not, but who knows. But all of this is going to need to be red. All of this is going to need to be red. All of these guys are going to need to be red belt, which means I'm going to need a lot of red belt and a lot of red undergrounds and things like that. And I don't know at the moment. Like, I don't think... Yeah, let's just reorganize all of this and figure out how to put in... I mean, that guy could make red splitters. Do I need... Okay, let's open this up a bit so that we can... Actually, I do not need that many of these guys. So that I can then switch these around again. There will be no downsides to this, will there? Why? Oh yeah, because this one's just an iron box. Sure, whatever. Okay, got all these engines. Yeah, let's... Yeah, because I wanted to... I can make red belt like here, and then I can tear some of these out to make red undergrounds there, which is a bit of a disastrous move, but whatever. This is also going to let us... Red belt... Here? Sure. Because you want one of those, I guess you're getting moved to there, and then you want one of these, and then you want a lot of cogs, which is also why you're getting dedicated cog support from that guy. In fact, you should have prod mods, because, you know, cogs get prod mods. So that's going to make a lot of stuff, limited by iron. We'll just make a lot of that. It'll be fine. I was thinking this one probably wants to go back to stack inserters, of which I have several, but whatever, we're going to change that back to stack inserters. 30 roboports is probably enough to do a decent amount of stuff with for a while. So give me all these. Yeah, this is fine, isn't it? This is a normal way that malls are arranged. Let's give you some more red circuits, because I'm pretty sure I've got actually not that many red circuits. Okay, sure. I'm okay with that. I'm pretty sure I've still got things in my inventory that I don't want. Yeah, so this is going to hopefully be using a lot more of the iron. And actually this is the other thing I was thinking about doing a while ago, which looks like it might fit. Oh yeah, I need to give you steel. Let's get you some steel, just so that you guys can keep going. Sure, let's see how much steel I can fit in that box, because I'm pretty sure there's already a lot of yellow ammo in here, isn't there? Because, oh yeah, sure, there's a lot of yellow ammo. Okay, whatever, problem solved. I'm going to be automating military science again, which is nice. Which one? Yeah, I'm still on. I'm on the last of the red greens, and then I'm into the red green military. Sure. Yeah, because the thing I wanted to do is, if I can get, and I can put more cogs, is the plan, in on this bit, which is going to help me make all the red belt and red undergrounds and stuff like that. So I think we're going to go for that. Actually, that was a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, that way it's significantly better. You guys can have that. You guys can be like fast out, and then this belt just goes like that, because that's fine. And yeah, this guy's been making cogs. He's going to put them on this belt as well. All these cogs will get used by you are nearly done. You are somewhat done. Yeah, all these cogs getting, first of all, chewed up by all these inserters, because we're making a lot of those, and then just everything else as well. So I think that, yeah, this bit of mall stuff, I'm now pretty happy that that's going to be using a larger portion of the iron that's just building up. Okay, so let's go and do a couple more train stations, he said, with the despair of making this spot worse. Because we've got acid. I don't need, but I want another train station to be putting gas on. And like, where would this go if it went that way? Okay, do I need this line? I actually don't need this line at all. Okay. And then where would, if I had one of these things, I would need to move kind of just the corner, but also they would then need to go underground, and also the train station would start about here. So if I have, and this thing is like train station sized, and it only just fits. I think I'm going to call that fits enough. In fact, if I had it down, but I can't have it down here, because then it would need to split off this way first. So let's commit to making that work. Okay, so yeah, because I think the other thing I need to do at some point is start making electric engines again, and I think the way that's going to happen is I'm going to build them here off this branch, which means I need to get green chips over here from over here, which is pretty funny. I guess I could also build them down here. Now it's going to be over here because the purple and yellow, whatever. Figure that out later. Why am I not making that much science? Oh, because I don't actually have all that much. I don't have all that much copper coming through because the red ammo guys are eating all of it now that they're operational again. So So what am I going to do about that? These... Yeah, I think I'm going to do the nastiest thing I can. Yeah, that's fine, isn't it? We're gonna oh wait, no. Yes. If we're gonna hopscotch a small amount of copper ore from the big belt that's kind of backed up anyway to the other little belt which is kind of struggling. That's fine. We're happy with that. Okay. So now, having got all of this out of the way, let's put the train station in and then figure out where it can go. Because I can go to here. You never got inputs. In that case, do you matter at all? Like, if some of these things never got inputs, I could also just get rid of this stuff. Actually, this one, yeah, this one can stay. But then these ones that have never achieved anything in their lives because this engine never actually got the things he needed, can go away, and we can just put that stuff in there, and these guys can have, you know, just jam all the ingredients in there. So this looks like a fine place for a train station, doesn't it? Looks like... let's get this radius right. Yeah, so we'll do that. Bots will help me with that. And we'll be able to put... Oh yeah, let's... No, I still need to figure out where... 1, 2, 3, 4, that just fits. This is such a disaster. It's fantastic. Gas. Petrogas. Okay, and then I want some situation like this, fueling these 2 tanks, and we kind of need to get the outpost stuff back together, but whatever. Do I have these? Yeah, fine. Okay, so now we can figure out where the rest of this goes, because the rest of that doesn't really matter so much. Let's have chain signal out, rail signal in, so this is now doing everything it needs to. I do need to fuel all 3 of these train stations, because they are currently not. But we're going to worry about that later. Actually, there's not going to be enough space, is it? I kind of want that one. Yeah, there. And actually I can do this, I can make this even worse, can't I? Yeah, which way am I going to do this? Okay, let's just connect all the rest of this back up so that the base at least works again. And then I've got a pure coal feed here, but these 2 lanes are also going to be producing coal, or at least bringing coal back. So I'm tempted to do something really gross, because I did this previously and liked it, and fuel these with coal that I pull off that belt. And let's also just fill kind of 2 of these, not completely full. I'm not going to need that much train fuel, but these guys will at least buffer a lot of coal, so we can get back to that later. Because rather than, yeah, I think these guys are going now. These guys no longer need to exist, because the surplus gas will no longer be a thing that is turned into... I was just looking at where they can just put the pipes straight through here, and it looks like I can. Yeah, the surplus gas will no longer get turned into... bots are short of chem plants. Okay. Yeah, surplus gas is getting pumped into the mixed build via train rather than being converted to more solid fuel here. This looks like, I just saw these steam in this tanks, and these guys are all fine. Yeah, and we're getting a mix of coal, lots of solid fuel. That's all pretty good. So we're now powering our smelters and our trains and our power grid with bodies of dudes that we pull out of, that we kill on the walls. Like, okay, it went away quickly, never mind. This stuff all can disappear, that can disappear, whatever. Let's get back to what we were doing, which is figuring out... I say figuring out, I've already got a plan for this. That can go there, then the undergrounds I don't have. What are we doing with this plastic? Who actually wants plastic? Why did I come all the way down here to have bots bring me those undergrounds if I was just going to basically walk to the mall anyway? Yeah. How many? I think we need a lot more of those, because I'm planning on flipping this into... Why am I not getting... I'm not getting any ships because... Yeah, okay, fine. Because I'm not actually getting enough of this stuff through. So let's just change that to not have any upper priority. And then we'll get, you know, roughly half a belt here, which will do this stuff. Can I turn these back on now? I can actually turn these back on now, can't I? I previously did not have the copper. But now with a better supply of copper, we can be making the solar panels again. Yeah, I kind of still need to give these guys the... Unless I could also put a splitter here and run this the other way. That's compelling. I think we're going to do that now. Having been distracted from all the other things. Did I get... I wanted some of those for myself. And then I also wasn't sure whether or not... Yeah, let's have this guy... I don't think I've got any underground pipes in the logistics network at all. So let's just make this whole spot worse by giving these guys even more things to do. And you can give me all of those. And you can have all of these. So good things, yeah, good things that... Yeah, this is going to be limited by the amount of pipe I give it here, so I'm not concerned about that. Is that true? Yes, because it's not actually grabbing from the pipe belt, so that's fine. Then this thing... This is a normal way to be doing things, isn't it? It's fine. This, I think, still wants to be right hand out. Yes. Yeah, because this will give me all the chips I need. And then... Actually, this can go, like, either way. Yeah, and then we'll just... except this needs to also be into a provider chest. Yeah, so now if these guys back up, and they might, all the extra chips are just going to get turned into solar panels, which is nice. I'm going to have to do something about batteries later. This guy... Yeah, I reckon... that actually wasn't what I want. I want one of these. I reckon 2 stacks of those are going to be a decent number to get me by for a while, and then you can actually just go to Red Undergrounds. And yeah, you're going to pull all the cogs off the belt, which is going to make everyone else sad. This guy's got his own cog supply, so that's taking along pretty nicely, yeah. And then we were figuring out how to get gas into the train, and we were also fueling these trains, weren't we? Many things all being done in parallel. I'm pretty sure the labs are not really working because blue science because inserters because... Okay, blue science because inserters because chips, and we just made chips work again, so all that's completely fine. I went back for undergrounds, and then I didn't get undergrounds. I even did a thing about trying to get the bots to replace the undergrounds where the plastic were, and then didn't get that done either, so that's cool. Give me some number of these. Yeah, and that's going to suck up a lot of cogs for a while, and then be fine, because it's only got a limited number of undergrounds to work with, of normal undergrounds to upgrade. But this thing here, yeah, if I do that, you want... I guess you want more steel. Sure, congratulations. Then in here, I can run... Yeah, this is fine. Are we gonna... Let's not make it worse like that. Let's make it worse like this. Because somewhere down here... Yeah, I don't actually want to run it... I'd rather run it kind of close to this build so that it looks like I've got a bit of space here, even though it's going to get increasingly difficult to put anything in any of these spots because, you know. Okay, so this gas should just fill up with a surplus from... Yeah, if this tank has a surplus, which it does, this pump will pump, instead of into the solid fuel build here, into these tanks. Like so. Not very much, but it's fine, actually. And because... Actually, let's do a couple of things. We'll give the bots those because there's a couple of guys making solid fuel complaining about it. And this... Like, this pump is still not going to be super happy because it's only pumping out of a tank, and only when this tank is greater than 24k. Yeah, so this is now a much better situation. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's going to do everything it needs to. And this also means I can do the thing I was thinking about doing here. Will now fit a little bit better. Can I fit 3 in here? Yes, but then how am I getting the light oil in? And I'm getting the light oil in like that. That's fine, isn't it? Yeah, this is normal things. Normal things to happen. Okay, so we've got a lot more solid fuel being made, which is good because we just expanded that power grid. Are these biters that I need to worry about? No, because they're in places that have lasers. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we got a train with gas on it. We got a kind of a fuel supply here. So let's do something that I'm going to feel kind of bad about, but also not care. Yeah, you can just run all the way through there, like so, and then we can have one of these here, and then also one of these here. That wasn't really what I wanted to do at all, was it? It's not going to pick up both of them. Okay, fine. Yeah, we can still do this by splitter. Where's a splitter? There's a splitter I can queue. Where is the other fuel blocks? Over there. Okay, fine. So you need power, and that's going to connect you up again. Both of these boxes are going to empty in both directions in a way that's completely fine. You need power. You're going to get fuel. This train over here also needs its stuff, and we can just go under this. Check that the train's not coming, and then, yeah. You had 70 coal. You know what, we're not going to do that either. We're going to also do this with a splitter. Yeah, this is, yeah, train fuel. There we go. So some of these trains are powered by bodies, some of them are powered by coal. That's also fine. All this coal can just go back in this box. Yeah, so by the time we need to care about this will be kind of ready. That says every time I get a small number of biters that doesn't disappear, I'm constantly wondering that there's going to be like mirror biters over here or something. But so far we're fine. Anyway, yeah, so let's briefly check on the base, because I think that was almost everything I wanted to do. I extended the power. We're making red belt and red undergrounds. We're not making many red undergrounds. We're not making many cogs either. You're making cogs. Ah, so I'm up to capacity on cogs here. This guy's actually failing to make cogs. Okay. That's also not quite gonna work because the cog's gonna be on the wrong side. I would have to move these two and put more undergrounds in a different place. In fact, both of these guys are Struggling to put cogs anywhere. Okay, I guess I just do that then. Put these two things here, get rid of these, everything will still be powered when, so I do also need one there, whatever. Yeah, this is just worse, like objectively worse. But yeah, we're now getting, this guy's going to be making cogs as well. This guy's still kind of stuck. I guess the other thing would just be to just do, yeah, could have just upgraded those. I don't think I have a red splitter anywhere yet, though. I don't think I made red splitters, but that's also still a thing I can just go and do. So yeah, multiple things getting worse in multiple ways. Can I make? No, I just need more things. Yeah, you guys not getting any green chips at all at the moment, are you? Probably because I'm still making the stack and sodas. That's almost certainly going to be a thing that's going to continue to be an issue. Yeah, I can have one of these. When I finish handcrafting this, because of course we handcrafted the first red splitter. Yeah, so this can now at least be a full belt both ways. So both of these guys, in fact this all makes this shimmy here completely useless, but whatever, moving on. Keep making underground pipes, I guess. It's going to be useful someday. Okay, I think it's actually time to go and figure out how these other rail stations work for the mixed build that I've not looked at this whole time, because it's an episode about the mixed build, and I think I need 3 more rail stations. I need gas through here somewhere, I need acid also over here, and then because this interface here I haven't done yet either, have I? Yeah, cool, great. This is also going to be spitting out a decent amount of stone and a decent amount of uranium, so I'm probably having another thing like this, which is burnt through almost all of the buffer. Fantastic. Okay, let's get rid of some of this, because I much prefer the idea of this being kind of a straight through setup. In fact, let's just get rid of all of that, because we don't need it. We're going to put some uranium ore on storage, but whatever. Because yeah, this can all just now buffer on this train, which isn't even full yet. And then I've also got these boxes, so that uranium buffer is fine for a while. But we're going to need to do something like this also over here. But I think that's what I use this train line for. But not that. Because I need 3 train stations, and at least some of both of them need to be over here. And then also this also needs to be, this might need to go in both, not like that. Why you? Yeah, just like so. Okay, he died. It's not a real thing. Okay, this is also an intersection, which means I want to be able to do chain. Is there actually enough space to put a? There's kind of enough space to put another one of these things here, isn't there? Except that the other thing I need, which is going to continue to be hilarious, is I need to come from this direction. Yeah, what is the smallest circle where this works? That's the smallest circle, which means that, like, we're gonna go with that because it's still everything fitting in there, except that I still don't have. I'm gonna need more of the stacker here, which I don't think I was planning on doing anything. I can fit maybe one more train station. I guess I'm maybe doing coal or something. But the thing about this is, this output this way can actually only reach a small number of these stacker slots, which could give me some major issues. I mean, I guess we'll connect things the other way as well. And what are these? Oh, these guys are complaining about not having landmines. That's a much bigger deal. Okay, but we're also not going to worry about it yet. We're going to try and do the rest of this first. How much of this can I grab? Yeah, so this is going to give me... Why didn't you go... I guess I didn't copy all of it. Yeah, so I'm going to get... We'll have a little more stacking capacity there. This... No one looks like they're doing... I mean, that's actually the super important part of all of that, is to get this line in. So this output has more stacker slots. And... yeah, that's still going to be a mess, isn't it? Never mind. Let's go and... like, these tracks I'm fine to run over. I'm not seeing a lot of coal on these lines. Okay, now there's coal. Don't know why. I thought I would have a decent amount of both of those. Because, I mean, yeah, this is running down. But also, I should have... I guess... yeah, whatever. It's still all doing a thing. Whatever. Sure, nice. Okay, we'll run across here. And we'll figure out where we can put another 3 train stations, because I want oil, I want gas, and also acid, and also just like the uranium output. And I guess the thing I'm thinking is I can have all of those just here. And if this roundabout thing is the only interface into the spot, then I only need to I don't need to worry about having these things going both ways, because they're always going this way, and all 3 of these trains should go infrequently enough that it's not a big deal, hopefully. So let's just smash some stuff in. Let's have like one here. Can I mean, these, I don't think I need all that Repoport support anymore, but can I get... and the answer looks to be yes. 3 stations in here like so. So, yeah, this is going to be big enough for the size of trains we have. Small numbers of things. Are they mirror-biters? This is actually a mirror-biter splitter. Yeah, this is actually... yeah, I got to go deal with that. That's actually a big deal. Where is my car? I lifted one car down here, and then the other car down here, so that's cool. Have I got landmines? I haven't got landmines. I do have a flamethrower. A personal flamethrower will be a fine way of dealing with a mirror biter like that. Yeah, this is what you get when everything's kind of cobbled together. There's the car. No trains coming? Sure. I think what we're going to do, though, is because we know what these stations look like, we're at least going to get bots working on this. So we know we've got something like that, because it's got the tanks and it's got the pumps, and bots can... actually, let's have these 2 being... I mean, one of these ones wants to be uranium instead, but I don't know which. I think probably this one, and then these ones need to not exist like that. But let's go and help the totes that are getting shot by bots, shot by mirror biters. Yeah, we'll just drive through all of that. It's fine. There shouldn't be any trains down there. Oh wait, I was going to take landmines. I guess I'm not taking landmines. And all these things don't have their power poles yet. That's why I was handcrafting them. Sure. Okay, there shouldn't be any trains in this. Oh yeah, this is the other bit of the main bus parking that I did a while ago. This is a decent time to get there because, yeah, all these guys are turning up, and it's a bit of an issue. But I do have a flamethrower, with which I can destroy a number of my own landmines, so that's great. I guess we try and empty out this and then we bring you more landmines. I think, oh yeah, and I've got a bunch more of these mining drills in my car as well. We're going to upgrade that quite a lot. Okay. No, I wanted this way around. And we're getting a decent number of the Alienor 3 from the big biters, apparently. Okay. So we'll empty that thing out. Where is the closest? It does actually need a trash train. I mean, especially, yes, because this mining stuff is going to... Oh, I've got an expansion here. That's going to be interesting, especially as big biters up, so it's going to be a bit of a pain to push, and also I don't really want to push. But yeah, I guess we'll go and hand all this junk off. We'll meet some train in the trash station and do that again the same as last time. We might... It should be up here that I should have... Yeah, these things. So I should be able to put train stations in. If I had train stations... Okay. I wonder if bots have train stations. Bots probably have train stations because they put all these things in, right? So that's going to be, yeah, we can have... Bots will bring me those 3 train stations, and then we'll deal with that in a bit. Don't think I'm getting hit by a train here. Can never quite tell. Yeah, I need some other trash train. Because again, I don't feel like sorting this by hand. So you head over here. And then, oh yeah, this one biter by itself. Yeah, I was going to pick up, yeah, they still need landmines. So I'm going to be over here. My car can have things that I have large quantities of that I don't want to have large quantities of, because we're going to stand here and give these guys this stuff. Yeah, okay, that's all the stuff I don't want. Okay. I did this last time as well after saying that I'd never have to do this again, and then we still had to, so that's great. Okay, take those guys landmines. Is that true? I think I'm going to... What is these guys short on? Oh, they're actually short on train stations. Okay, so I actually need to be giving these guys train stations. Yeah, Petrogas, whatever. That's a decent name for now. And apparently I've blasted my iron supply. That's nice. Yeah, that was actually what I was kind of hoping would happen. I should have... Yeah, that's fine. Train stops and then I need iron. I was concerned about like having all of that iron banking up that I wasn't doing anything with it. And we appear to have completely addressed that problem by, you know, filling everything with a lot of iron. If I'm still making landmines, sure, give me all of that. And then you have this, and I've got a bit of uranium, which, you know, whatever. And then over here, I should have all of these landmines that can still make landmines with all of that. And we'll get a lot of landmines out. I then take a lot of landmines with me. And where did I leave the car? Did I leave the car down? Did I leave the... Yeah, I left the car over here because it's kind of stuck behind this stuff. Okay, so bots still don't have train stations. They need train stations, they need these medium poles that I made. And then the other things they're complaining about are not having beacons, which I know about, and the landmines, which I'm about to take them. So this is all, other than the fact that we're kind of driving over train tracks without really looking at where we're going. Yeah, those the yeah, I need to put other stuff in here. I haven't put that stuff there yet. Yeah, those are all of the train stations that I haven't built yet, and like the space for sorting the mixed ore, which I also haven't done anything with yet. This is not where I want to be. I want to be over here, because these guys want all of these things. How many bots have you got? 49? That's enough. Let's give you... I don't have... Oh yeah, I do have repair packs. Sure, whatever. These I think I'm going to just leave there for the moment, but this should be... Yeah, like the mirror biters... The lasers are going to do a lot of work. The landmines are also going to be the only thing that protects me from the mirror biters. I'm not going to have any problems with ceramic biters here, because the lasers are just going to like just completely take care of that. But yeah, whatever. Okay, so now 21 things are bots not having jobs, and then actually need to do the mix build stuff that this entire episode was supposed to be about. So that's cool. Wasn't there a couple of boxes? Yeah, there was this box that doesn't need to be there, and then I think down here, like I don't need that anymore, and I also don't need this box, so everything in there can just go back to general storage because I'm not defending there at all. You know what? Can I have bots? I can't have bots deconstruct the car. That's fair. That's almost a thing I never did. Are these... Why am I getting a bunch of red chain signals? Are things... I guess because there was a train going through this intersection or something. Sure. Okay. Those are on the wrong side, as it turns out. Yeah, and is there... I mean, there's kind of enough space for me to put... I mean, there is enough space for me to put actual signals there, but also the point of this build is to not be putting real signals there, to just do everything with chains, so we'll see if we can make that work, and it's going to be terrible. This is going to be... That's my mixed gas, and this is my mixed acid. And then we need some more trains, but actually both the gas and the acid trains are... Oh, this is putting it on the far side, which means they're not actually getting split. That's kind of annoying. This split is actually achieving nothing. Okay, didn't realize they worked like that. Fine, whatever. That is a thing we will go and address in a moment after patching these things up. Okay, you guys need some of that as well. Okay, that's fine. One biter, is that a... No, it's not a thing I need to be concerned about. Okay. I also don't have a whole lot of fuel. But I do have the 2 fluid wagons, yes. Because this, I'm pretty sure I made this the... No, I made this the mixed gas. Okay, whatever. We're still going to go... And then this is going to go from acid to full cargo and mixed acid, empty cargo. We're actually going to throw another 10 seconds on here to make sure it gets a decent lump of train fuel each time, except that that also isn't working at the moment, and I can't pick up that car because I've got all of these... Actually, is it... I can actually pick up the car. Amazing. Okay. In that case, we can ride this train to the acid station. Why are you going that way? Oh, because the acid... Yeah, because... Yeah, that makes sense. Because the station is on this side. I could also have a station on the other side. You know what? I think we're going to do that. Let's just... Yeah, that was a high-risk play that didn't go too badly wrong. What we're going to do... I think running across here is fine. Yeah, sure. Is we're going to take... If I have another train station here that's also called acid... also with a train limit of 1... Then this is also acid, and these are essentially the same station, but everyone, yeah, whoever gets in train out of fuel, yeah, I thought that might happen. Okay, that was kind of why I was planning on being on the train, not that way around. Okay, so let's get some of this fuel. And let's go and find this poor train, which is over here. Sigh. Okay, is this full? This is actually not quite full, but that's okay. Didn't expect to get a huge amount of a huge surplus out of that. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's going to do what we need it to. It's going to take me over here. This train wants to go from petrogas to mixed gas, empty, full, and also 10 seconds to make sure it always has enough fuel. Yeah, go and do that. Yeah, that's a nice little tidy, maybe unnecessary loop, but also part of the reason for this is I can have multiple trains here, kind of. You are waiting for... Are you waiting for... Did I not signal? I did not signal any of these stations. Okay, so that's a thing we're going to need to do. And that noise suggests I've got a... Yeah, I've got a ceramic biter over there. Okay, fine. Let's put some of these stations on, so all of these trains can receive... Yeah, and then to leave, they are all getting chain signals again, so that's all kind of fine. And then we're also going to set these things to station limit 1, even though I don't plan on having that many trains running over here. That probably wasn't going to get me killed because I don't think the other train was ready yet. Okay, then this train also wants to have basically this setup. Except it's on that side. I don't think I want it on... I mean, it still fits. It's still fine. These guys will pump out here, so that's okay. So I think we're actually kind of okay with that being... Yeah, sure, that's going to do what we need to do. Okay, so then let's go and put some lasers over here, because we need lasers over here. And this is all... I mean, this is kind of okay. Okay, so the thing I still need to do is figure out how this plastic and iron is getting in here. And the steel. This is where the full build will end up. I'm actually at the place where I need to be, so we'll go and do this instead. Because this guy, yeah, needs some lasers. I guess... What am I stuck on? Whatever. We'll put a couple over here. I've got 11 lasers left. So that's fine. Do I want to move... Whatever. We're just going to do the same thing over here as well. Not there, like here. Can I... Yes is actually the answer to this. I can have the power poles back a little bit. Okay, so we'll do that. Then, yeah, this station is already like trash, processing all of its trash. I think the mirror biters give me the same kind of stuff out as like any other regular biters of the same size in terms of the corpses. I think Necromant and Schall play nice with respect to those. Schall definitely plays nice with its own like ore dropping and different kinds of biters and sizes, because they're all kind of the same. I've only got 3 of these. May have been a mistake, never mind. I don't actually want them next to each other. I'd rather have them back a little bit. That's my last power pole, which is pretty funny. I've got these large poles. Yeah, we can use large poles then. Okay, if I have a large pole there, then I can just have these 3 in a slightly different spot. And yeah, we've got decent coverage all over there now. So that's most of my frontier protected. And now we just go and do the the actual mix build thing, for which hopefully we've done all of the prep now and can just go and build the stuff. So let's go here. What are those? Are they complaining about not having pumps? They're complaining about not having pumps. Yeah, so in this breakdown, this is one of the other Schall things that plugs into all of that. We've got the different percentages of small spitters, medium spitters, regular big spitters, and then mirror spitters and ceramic spitters that are each immune to one of the types of damage. And okay, so I do get these as well. Oh yeah, because I'd seen a mirror spitter that was spitting at my laser turrets before. Then the bigs, yeah, we've got different percentages of all of these things coming out. Almost everything seems to be medium biters and then a bunch of medium spitters. I mean, that's all still fine. These will continue to get worse, as is traditionally the way. That's kind of what the whole thing is about. One of the things I haven't checked at the moment is actually whether or not the power grid is fine, and the steam engines are still not doing anything during the day, only the night, which is fine. And then these peaks here are bucket wheel extractors. The assembly machines, bucket wheel extractors. This is yeah, those peaks and troughs are things we're just going to have to manage, because that's how that works. These may as well put this guy here now as well. This what even was this train station name? Abrosnius. Okay. Yeah, this, I think because I'm going to have multiple trash stations, I want to have one. Abrosnius 2. There we go. There's the train station name. Creativity we like. So now we can have. I mean, I could have also just done. Yeah, I think I'm going to do a different thing, especially with the light oil trains, with on the perimeter, calling these trains in, and in fact maybe this one as well. But these are now pretty fine, because these guys are just slowly filling up, and this one is also kind of just slowly filling up. And I pulled a lot of acid out to do this thing a while ago. He's still fine, because these things are now just, yeah, this is pretty fine. This is now just quite happily processing at the rate at which I am pulling this stuff out of the ground. So that is an outcome I am pretty happy with. That entire uranium buffer is just dealt with. Is that... yeah, it's fine. Okay, let's actually make the rest of this stuff work, because we got to do a bunch of things. Yeah, I want to do... I mean, I kind of need to do all this stuff. I kind of want to do... I want 2 things on plastic. I want 2 things on LDS. I'm only ever using like half this belt of iron, and I was kind of planning on taking some of it off here anyway, but if I've got coal here, could I put steel? I mean, I can put steel and coal on the same line. How many of these? So I can fit another 4, which was kind of the number that I thought I might want. But I also can't... oh yeah, I can. We can go like that. So this is going to put coal and steel on the same belt, which is fine. And then we can do, this kind of normal looking, that kind of stuff. And then we can actually use these big poles, now that I've made a lot of them, to do that. So this is going to give us... this is basically the amount... this is pretty much the amount of steel I wanted to be making the LDS, but I'm going to need... because the thing is, if this is using half a belt of iron, these I need like 24 of these smelters in order to convert the rest of that into steel, which is clearly not a thing that's going to be happening. Can I... because I don't need to beacon these things at all, and it looks like this might actually work as well. which is going to be super gross, so I think we're going to go for it. And actually these power poles need to stay because I've got to power these things on the other side, yeah. I was wondering if I could do something like... Yeah, then this is going to need to go underground here? Sure, so that I can have one of these in the right place. Or I could have also, yeah, let's not make that too ugly. He said making everything super ugly. Can I get the steel out here? Probably. This is not going to work, is it? Because this belt here is going to be in the way of where these other furnaces on this side want to do stuff. Although I guess I could just turn this one. Yeah, whatever, we'll deal with that later. We'll deal with that when we expand this thing. Okay, so this is going to give us coal. It's going to make steel here and steel here. If I then make this worse... Sure. Then I can have... copper here. And then if I put the steel on... What was... Oh yeah, because this wanted to be... yeah, no, this power pole is in the way now, isn't it? Which is a bit of a shame. Because I think that's an all... Yeah, it is. So that will have to be a thing that changes. Okay, so I've still got... So I'm making 8 furnaces worth of steel here, which is more than I need for the LDS, but I still will need it for Purple Science. This is going to get built. These... I've got coal coming out here, so now I've got steel on one side of this belt and coal on the other side of this belt. And I think the reason why that was important is because this steel belt... maybe not there, actually. Maybe here, because I kind of want to put beacons, I guess not there. Because I can sneak beacons in here if I run this belt like so. But then if I run that belt like so, I won't be able to get the copper I need here. But then, yeah, so I also need to get gas through here somewhere, and there's a 2-tile gap here. This looks like a disastrous idea. Does it actually... It fits to here, and I needed one more space. Or I need to do all of this differently, or I need to put it... Yeah, if this power pole moves again, then I can have the gas line running through there, which is a continued disaster. But if I have... How much coal do I actually need for the amount of plastic that I'm making? If because I'm planning on having... Yeah. It's going to be... I could actually do 3 on plastic. I'm still only planning on doing 2 on LDS. Actually, that's the wrong way around, isn't it? Low density structure, and then plastic. And this is going to take... Actually, this is all going to be... I think these guys are going to be prot-modded twice, and then those guys, yeah, those kind of rates. This is still going to need a coal... like 3 coal a second, which is a stack and soda's worth of coal. Are these guys going to need... I think I actually do that the other way around, don't I? The copper need of these 2 guys is going to be smaller than the coal need of those guys. So the idea now, I think, is if this is the steel and nothing belt. Do I actually want to run this like so? Yeah, because I'm contemplating having these guys. I've got a couple of ways of doing this. I can either have the copper and steel over here and have these two things take from the same belt of coal, the same belt of copper, or I can have, say, this. That's not going to work, is it? This coal belt, which is going to be on the inside, so I can't even put an underground here. But I can. Yeah, I could do something like that and get all the copper I needed and have a mixed belt of copper and coal and have that run through there, but that also sounds just gross. I don't think I want to do that. So we'll leave the coal situation for a bit. What else am I going to research? I've got blue research now. I'm pretty sure I've got... I mean, we are going to need to process worms and medium worms at some point. This, I think, was... Did I need that to... No, I didn't need the... This gives me some better kinds of ammo and some different processing options, but they also need things I don't have yet. I think we're going to... Yeah, we're going to go laser shooting speed 1, laser damage 4. So I did a lot of laser damage and then not actually a lot of shooting speed. Okay, sure. Things that are going to be useful that I probably don't have the research for. Like, I don't know if I've actually banked up that much blue and red research, but that's going to be fine. So what's happening over here? I don't think anything is happening over here. Does that mean... Wait, if nothing's happening over here... Can I put either the... I don't need to put the LDS up. Yeah, I was wondering if I was going to try and cram something in here, except I don't think I need to because I've got all of this space to fit 3 things of plastic and 2 things of LDS. And actually, I don't even think I need 3 things of plastic. I think I only needed to worry about 2 of plastic, but then we'll just make some extra plastic and put it on the same belt as the steel, which means the steel actually needs to be on the inside of this belt, so that piece doesn't matter. Okay, so we're making this, we're handing coal off over to the other side. This belt has steel on the inside, which means that the coal belt yeah, we're gonna get these guys out of... Okay, there's no place I can put them. These guys are gonna go here. Sure, and then these guys are gonna go here. Or something like that. This is not a great place for the gas line, is it? I guess also because this is not a great level for the gas line, and also this is not... Yeah, all of that's kind of gross. We're gonna have to shimmy that copper line somewhere else, because this means, like, that's gonna be fine. Then I'm only gonna be able to get a smaller number of beacons in here if I do long-head inserters, but also I'm only going to get a smaller number of beacons on the copper anyway, and lining these things up in the same row means that the same offset beacons will hit several of them, so that's nice. So I think we're going to go with that plan, which means that, yeah, let's attempt... Are we attempting to leave that space free? What we've got to do is... Do they even need to be... I don't even think they need to be... Can they be 1 square forwards? They can't actually be 1 square forwards, because then I would not be able to beacon them and the green chips in the adjacent mixed build in the same time. So these guys are going to have to go like that. And now we have, okay, I'm pretty sure I had, let's not put it there, that's dumb. I'm pretty sure I had a bunch of chem plants. Yeah, these guys, then the problem now, if it's a problem, is that the LDS needs to take all, not that one, needs to take all 4 of those slots, but I think that's okay, because I can still just output it on this side, and the steel is on the inside, and I think what we're actually going to do, because this sounds pretty gross, is I don't really want to mix, maybe, because I'm already contemplating splicing the outputs with, you know what, you just put those somewhere else. I'm already contemplating splicing the LDS and the steel on the same output belt going through the mixed build. But the thing is, I kind of don't have, I mean, I could put them on the output belt, and these mixed builds aren't very big. There's not going to be a whole lot of difficulty, and I kind of want to split this off as soon as possible anyway, because it's going to get congested. But I do like the idea. I mean, steel is already, maybe I just split off the steel as well. Yeah, yeah, sure. That's not going to fit there, is it? This will let me, I don't think I'm not having a beacon here. I don't need to worry about beaconing just like one due to coils, especially when as these things get beaconed, these guys are getting better modules and they'll need fewer inputs anyway. So that's all fine. Okay, so the last thing we need to do is figure out how to get coal into these guys, and I think that's going to be largely the same thing. And these beacons are going to be in line with each other so that they maximally boost everything, which means that this coal can go here. Okay, so this coal, and this is the coal, and there's nothing else happening in this area at all, so at this point I don't even think I mind just doing that and just being like, you know, fine, deal with it, it'll be fine. So yeah, so belt of iron, belt of copper, inputs with coal coming off that gets used to make some steel, and then also gets ferried to the other side to make more steel. The steel comes back and ends up on the inside of this belt. I mean, I could also just, yeah, I like this one not going any further. We're just going to run coal just that far. This is also all under the assumption that this entire thing is kind of coal positive, he said, using the C-block terminology, in the sense that I'm expecting to get enough surplus coal of these 2 trains to be able to do all of the smelting and all of the smelting and all of this plastic. Sure. So anyway, so we're leaving some space for beacons. We need to get this stuff out, and I think, I mean, the thing is, yeah, I'm not worried about build space at all, because we can do an ugly hack whereby all of this stuff is, yeah, so this wants to be plastic on the left. Yeah, so we get the plastic and steel through here. The LDS takes whatever it wants and also gets the copper from here. We split off the plastic and send it through the mixed build. The steel runs out the other side, combines with the LDS, and we've now got LDS and also steel on the inside of these belts. So this output thing is also going to be a bit of a mess. But I think that is nearly all of the mixed build planning I've got to worry about. I mean, these, I'm pretty sure I can get rid of, and then also these beacons, and also that beacon. Yeah, without depowering anything, which is important because we've got to copy and paste all of this over to the other side. In fact, am I actually happy with that? I think we're gonna cement this by, how much of this do I need to take? Like all of that? Was there something else that needed to be changed about? No, this is still on the same side. Although this one's different because it's got a radar instead of a roboport. Actually, all of, you know what? We're putting a radar here instead, and you can go away, because we've actually got to get rid of some of this stuff so that, yeah, let's slide up the red chips. All of that, and then also this thing. Yeah, so we should now be able to paste this in here. Actually, I'm going to do that without, like, I should be able to do this without shift clicking, and it should all fit, and it does. So that's cool. Okay, so let's, yeah, these things need to go, and these things need to go, and then I should be able to, without shift clicking, just put those two things in there, and cannot be built on water. This stuff here. Oh, but that also doesn't matter because I only actually need to go as far as, like, this build here is as right most as that needs to go, because, yeah, like, we're gonna have to landfill that to put more mixed build in, but I think that's fine. Okay, so this is all pretty good. This is the only other things that I need to do at this point is wander down. Okay, 2 more things. 3 more things. Number 1, wander down here and do this 4 more things. Did I actually connect the gas to the plastic? No. Annoyance. Okay, so we're going to have to do, okay, so 5 more things. Number 1, connect this gas to here. Number 2, connect these trains to this supply and also to this supply. Number 3, which is the thing I want to do next, is, even though I haven't, you know, the other one is kind of in the way, but whatever, figure out this sorting situation, because we've got pure copper here, pure iron here, we've got coal coming out, but then this other output from each of these things will have both stone and uranium, so I've got to figure that out. Then other things are commissioning a bunch of trains, and then also putting a bunch of miners on the copper, and actually upgrading these ones to the ones I was handcrafting at the beginning that are bucket wheel extractor 2s. So we're going to do all of that later. I think I calculated that with, yeah, so I've currently got 8 belts of stuff in. If I'm going up to 12 belts, and I think I am, then I think the amount of any particular kind of output. Okay, so the extra stuff I'm looking at is uranium and stone, and I think I get a full belt of those from 12 of these mixed builds, or like close enough to a full belt that I need to provision a full belt. But I think that means that, yeah, this pattern here, which is a thing that's actually remarkably common in the way I'm splitting things off in, like, in the copper buffer. And I'm looking at this now, like, I don't know if this is going to take all of the coal off the belt, which is a bit of a shame. And maybe I also want to splice, because I'll always be getting the coal closer. Like, what? Also, why do these things have input priority? I guess I copied them from somewhere. But let's just get rid of I guess I can do these two at a time now. Just get rid of all of these input priorities. Yeah, because maybe I do this kind of thing for the stone and the uranium. Stone and uranium. Uranium wants to be on the other side, yeah. Okay, so this, under the assumption that this deals with all of the stone and uranium throughput I'm getting, which it may or may not, then over here I need a coal thing, and then this one's going to be, yeah, this one's going to do that, and then do like copper on the right, and then coal on the left, and then we've also got to put coal on these various belts around the place, which is still going to be interesting. And I also wanted a coal buffer, didn't I? Because the thing about these things is that the stone and the uranium just want to get evacuated from the build as fast as possible, whereas the stone, well, the iron and the copper kind of, okay, let's do that the other way around, because it's going to copy into the rest of the mixed build. I kind of want a buffer of coal so that, because basically I don't know whether or not I'm going to end up needing more coal or with surplus coal, and basically the rest of the plan is to run, like, put one miner on this guy, run a belt along here through I guess this bit of the mixed build. Am I out of undergrounds? I thought I put, oh, I didn't, silly. I did not put, okay, not sure what the deal is. Maybe I just copied and pasted a bunch of things? Who knows? I was expecting to have more undergrounds and also to have made a lot more red undergrounds. Yeah, bunch of things I messed up over there, whatever. Let's deal with this first, and then maybe connect the gas stuff, and then maybe do some trains, and then worry about some undergrounds later. Actually, you know what? The solution to this, right at the moment, given that these undergrounds were the ones I was planning on using, I also don't know why I've made so few of these. Products finished 402. Where did the rest of those undergrounds go? Pretty sure I've not upgraded anything. Did they get taken out of a box and onto some belt somewhere? Like, he's done all of the red belt, that's great. This guy, that is the only output inserter he has. So why do I have only, this is running at the speed of green science, so I'm happy about that. So maybe I have a bunch of, I don't know, mysteries, things I'm not even going to worry about right now. So we'll have these things. We then want, I want this, as it turns out, I think we're going to have to do this if said belt of coal is getting past this roboport. Then if I do have, if I have belts of coal here, then this is still going to be a bit of a pain. Because I need, Okay, maybe I also just move all the roboports. Because I can now, with this, have a belt of coal that does this kind of thing. And then some of these, like, here and like that. Which means if I can find another place for these roboports, and I can quite possibly smudge them in the middle here. Yeah, let's quickly do that. Yeah, and this all still connects, so it's fine. And then, and this is also, as it turns out, like this will also be the coal setup that I need. Except then the last two for the copper won't actually get. I think I've got to do. Yeah, so the copper version wants to get done differently. This wants to be coal on the right, and it wants to loop around to like here and do that. And then this is going to go under here. This is all worthwhile, isn't it? Yeah, so now we've got coal coming off, we're putting it on this belt. The iron version of this is a bit easier. Like this little bit is now spanning. Actually, is that even the right way around? This is on the inside. This is actually not. Yeah, no, that doesn't work at all, does it? I need to be putting it on. I need to be putting things on the. Like this bit is still going to be what has to happen, and then actually I think both of them are going to need to do that, which means this pole is in the way, which is cool. Because this at least means that each of the builds is fueling their own stuff. Although this one is also one that's taking it for plastic. Except that I still need to put it on the other side of those builds. Oh, all of this I guess could move back one, but it's not. That doesn't feel like a great way of doing it. So question. Let's get rid of that for a moment and figure out which side of this belt these stack inserters put things on. And they put it on the worst side. So actually, this stack inserter works fine. Yeah, so that one can go there. This one needs to do that. But then this one wants to be on the inside. I mean, I guess I could just do. I mean, but things. That feels really bad. But I did also say that I wanted to buffer coal. So, you know, now we've got a coal buffer. So I've got a coal buffer here. These two are the ones that go through the middle to power the coal for the other thing, so that's kind of fine. We've got pure iron here, pure copper here. This much of this section needs to go here. And this feels pretty bad, but it'll be, you know, it'll be okay. And then you've never got power because you are a relatively new roboport. So I think that's the pattern we're going to go with. Each of these trains is giving its coal to its own smelting. This will either overflow or I will. And the thing is, if I top it up, this is not working because I would want whatever else I'm putting on, I would want the stuff that's coming off these trains to take priority, and it's currently not. Currently, whatever else is on these trains is taking priority, but we might worry about that later. I mean, I'm supposed to be handling this now. I guess I'm just not. But let's then get rid of the rest of this stuff. These guys don't need to exist because, in fact, all of this from here is getting done differently, right? Yeah, it is. And then I'll pick up these myself because they might have bots in that I don't want to just put back in storage. And then the rest of this stuff can all go away. And the new smelting paradigm of this much of stuff should all just fit, right? Transport belt is in the way. Where? All this... Was I off? Oh no, because this is yeah, that one's in fact the wrong one. It needs to be like that. Okay. So now we've got, oh, we nearly have, these last few pieces will complete the that's my mix build. Do I need, yeah, let's have, oh, I did put some of these in here as well. I don't need those ones. Whatever. Okay. So that's the sorting done. I guess if this, I mean, I could plug the trains in at this point. What are these guys doing? I'm only ever getting one belt of this stuff out per train. Okay, we're not going to do that now. We're going to go and put the gas into the plastic, because the gas is currently not actually getting to the plastic. The plastic is over here, and then the gas is stuck. And I guess we're doing that because the entire point of the mix build is it's copy and pasteable and doesn't... Could I put this in? Yeah, I could just put this in a different place, couldn't I? It's going to require me alt-ing a bunch more stuff, but whatever. That can go up there like so, which is nice. This can now go underground to here. Yeah, sure. And this will mean... So now we've got a little shimmy on the copper before it wanders down here, and we've got this plastic being done. Okay, so let's now copy all of this area and move this between the mix builds after we get rid of... How much of this needs to go? This is actually just this thing needs to go, isn't it? Oh no, and then also some of this and some of that. So it is actually kind of a block of stuff. It's kind of in here and all that kind of business. All of that needs to just happen differently. But it's fine because I've got copy and paste. And then... Yeah, that's where it goes. Except I don't think I need the radar in all of them. Okay. Some of these did not all get cleaned up the way they needed. I might put radar... I don't even need to put radar in the last one. Transport belt is in the way. Is it that one? Transport belt is in the way. It's that one. Cool. Yeah, so this is going to put gas on this line into all of the plastic, which is fine. I think we're going to... Yeah, the acid... Actually, right here might be... Actually, I did need... Do I want more steel? I might want more steel, but I don't think I need to do the steel here, partly because all the iron, the surplus iron, is down here, or even maybe down there. But what I think I can do here, especially as I've got several things for it, is have some amount of this stuff. 12? 12 seems about right, sure. And we can just throw this, like, here, and then we can take this thing and flip it the other way, and put it here, because we know it fits, because we already did that thing. And then these ones also want to go, let's actually do that with Control X. Okay, so this one here is the output lane. And the thing is, I don't even know that I care about prioritizing this between the blue chips and this acid build, because it kind of needs to all work or else nothing works. And so because of that, I think we're just going to run that in here, like so. Like that's going to be acid connected. This is going to connect here, this is going to connect over here. We've then got... okay, so one of those belts is going the other way, fine. This one here... that's kind of, I can extend this down here as well if I want. In fact, with that said, this is going to make me a lot happier if all of this actually starts down here, because I'm not really planning on doing anything with this space, I don't think. And that also ends up lining up really nicely, so that's fine. I think I made pumps. I've only made one pump. I'm going to need to make more pumps. But then this also just rolls straight in there. Do I want to put this in a different place? Can I put... Okay, let's move it 4. Let's move it 4 spaces to the right. Where was it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Because this means if I really need to, I can have another build in here. If I end up needing that much processing, but I don't think I will. The other thing is I've got to do something with stone, so let's actually... Yeah, this one here is stone. So... and we've also got coal. We've got extra stone and extra coal. Okay, so let's give me a bit more space with this one. Because I don't really have a plan of what to do with stone at the moment, other than that I know I need one more space. I know I need a lot of it. And it's entirely possible that I will be figuring out how to connect the stuff to Purple Science later. And I also need to cook a bunch of it as well, but that's all fine. This should all... Oh yeah, you don't have your pump yet. So some of those things don't have pumps. Need to connect the gas, and also need to connect the acid down this way. And this is going to be pretty straightforward. Somewhere on that line is the gas, so it's going there. Is that the right place? No, one over. Come on. Yeah, so that's going to be gas connected. It's even got a pump on it, which is nice. So that's gas connected. We'll do the same thing to bring acid down here. And then I reckon, other than the fact that we don't have trains and we don't have miners and a bunch of these things don't have power, but other than a bunch of that stuff, and you also don't have, yeah, I think we'll... Actually, let's do the one last thing of small adjustments we're going to point out that I can then do in between episodes, because the rest of it isn't going to be so interesting. And then we'll be able to come back at... There's a train coming. Yeah, let's not go down there. At the point where we will be able to set a bunch of stuff up and turn it on at the beginning of the next episode, because that's going to be fun. Research hasn't stopped yet. Yeah, I need to make pumps, and that wasn't the button I wanted. Need to make pumps, and also need to make chem plants. That's going more or less at the rate of things happening, which is fine. Still got a decent buffer of that stuff. You guys have run out your steel again, which is also fine. Yeah, let's actually. The other thing I forget a lot is that I still have a car over here, so let's just get this back. Yeah, it doesn't have anything, I can just grab it. Okay, so I've had these giant miners in my inventory kind of the whole episode, so let's slap one of these guys down, and where is it? There. And see how it compares to the Mark II. So the Mark IIs were already, well, the Mark Is were about the same rate. Stand over here, we've got all these things next to each other at this point. Yeah, so these were 10 pollution a minute for 0.5 mining speed. These ones are like 30 times faster mining. They're producing basically a full yellow belt worth of stuff, and they're producing about a little more than 30 times as much pollution. So these are, with these modules and with the extra productivity module, these guys are about, I mean, there's a difference in scale, but the pollution to ore rates are about the same. Whereas these ones are, I think, about the same at the moment. Basically a whole red belt, basically twice as much pollution. The other difference is power, which I haven't really looked at. 90 kilowatts, 4.4 megawatts. It's a bit. 3 megawatts would be 30 times the power, roughly, or maybe 2.7 megawatts. So these guys use a lot more power, and this guy. Actually, the thing I'm going to do is the level 2s have more beacon slots, so I'm actually going to throw in another efficiency module here, and now this thing pollutes about as much as the tier 1, except gives me twice as much stuff. So I've got 14 out, 300 and a bit pollution versus 28 out and 300, nearly 400 pollution. Okay, fine. And then the power usage is also somewhat higher, just a bit higher, not much higher, but it gives me twice as much stuff. So the net effect of replacing all of these things with the tier 2s with another efficiency module is it's going to cut my pollution from mining by about half, which is, I mean, I need to be farming dudes for their corpses for the various bits and pieces, but also the 5% pollution dispersion is going to help me with that, and also I'm going to start polluting the map a lot more, because like I'm not just doing this mining into the core anymore. It'll be like we're going to turn on this mixed build and pull out another immediately 12 lanes of stuff. So pretty happy that even with mostly solar power. Have I made many solar power panels yet? Because I turned that back on again. Where are the solar panels? I'm boxing. You guys want to do that? Yeah. So I've made another 500 solar panels. Even with that, even with most of my power being solar, I'm still burning corpses to fuel my power grid. But when these tier 2 ones kick off, and once we put down a bunch more trains, and once we start piling stuff into this build, which I now want to check has the acid, has the gas, which is necessary. We've got a lot of this stuff sitting here. This acid is kind of full. Are you complaining about not having pumps? Yeah, I knew you didn't have pumps. Yeah, then these tanks are also slowly filling up. We're going to need to do something better about, I mean, we can module and beacon that'll be fine. Yeah, all that's pretty happy. Yeah, then yeah, well, in between I'll swap out all of these guys for their next tier of miner. We'll plug plug this stuff into the acid over here, and then we'll come back and make some trains work, and hopefully this entire mixed build, because remember it's been an episode about a mixed build that has not either mixed or built at any point in the entire episode. This we'll be able to turn this on, which is going to be, you know, that one doesn't need to exist. Yeah, that'll be pretty exciting. We'll come back. We'll actually have a mixed build. So yeah, good times.